Hi kids, my name is HumanElias90. Let's get the timer started. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, my name is HumanElias90. Welcome to my stream. So today, I just wanted to share with y'all that we successfully made it for today. And I am back in the line, guys, and I'm back to StreamYard today. I'm very happy because it's been returned for almost a year, kids, and I'm back. Anyways, we're gonna talk today since I already shared my thing. So let's talk. So today, I enjoy spending time with my grandma, and we have to spend quality time with my family and my friend Ria and Daphne, and then we have a good time ourselves. And it's been so long, and I'm so happy that we made it for today, and I'm just really happy that I have a good time, and I joined out went to Walmart and meet my cousins, and yep, and then we chill, and then we buy some snacks, cookies, everything, and we have a really good time, and I'm just really happy, and I'm so happy. And yep, lots of good time. Anyways, I'm gonna tell my story. So I have a great grandfather named Pablo Timala. He was born November 26, 1942. He was an American father of my dad Jimmy and my uncle John, and my grandma Yaya was the mother. And they were younger than themselves back in the 80s to 70s. My dad and John are kids, and their sons of my grandfather Pablo Timala and Yaya, my grandma. And Pablo Timala, so Pablo Timala drove a white truck in Chicago, and they drove with my dad when he was 12, back in 1981. That is when the same year when Friday the 13th Part 2 movie came out. And my dad was so young back in the day, and it was a good memories that it was cool, and Pablo Timala was a good driver. And then in the 1990s, when Pablo Timala was in his 50s, Yaya and Pablo Timala take pictures together in the home. And Pablo Timala and Yaya have a house. And they lived there in the 90s when they bought a house because they lived in apartment in the 80s and 70s. But in the end, they have a house in the 1990s. And it's been so long. And yep, and they joined the homes when Pablo was 50 years old and when Yaya was a little younger, saying 52. And and my dad, he was a grown man in the 90s when he was 20 and 30s. And they take pictures together with Pablo and Yaya back in the day. But then Pablo retired from work in 2002. And it was a very sad ending. And But sadly, in 2004, Pablo Timalaun passed away from a heart attack at 62. He ate too much of candies and sweets and everything. And in the end, he passed away. And then he's in heaven, and then Yaya was so lonely that she had a home because she has a husband. So she lived in the nursing home with the other old people by the park. And I see her the first time when I was little, back in 2010. And then it's been so long, and it's been so many years, and it was a great memories. And I sleep over with Yaya the first time back in the day when I was a little boy, and I joined spend time sleeping with Yaya when I was like learn when I was 10, so like I was 11 or something like that, and I joined with her for less than years ago, and it's been so long, and I enjoyed it relaxing home. And then what happened on when I joined the Park of Yaya in 2022 when I was 16, and that was since 4 years ago. But sadly, on January 2nd, 2023, Yaya has stroke, so I saved her life, called the ambulance, saved her life, bring her to the hospital, and she had a stroke. She could move by because that happened when she was in her bed, and I was so worried about her. And then she's okay. In the end, she has a nursing home in South Belgium, and she lived there forever, and it was very nice. And then I graduated from Bar High School back in 2024 when I was 18 in May, and I finished it. And I said bye to my old friend Anthony Dominic, and I left away in summer school. And then I went to South Belgium the first time in August 2024 when I was 18. Met my old teacher, everybody else. I went to my teachers different next door class the first time in August 2025, and that was since months ago. And then, yep, and then in 2026, in January 1st, I started a new channel, and I was in 3 Animation and Comedy World, and I've been in it the first time back in the day. And then on February 4th, 2026, I have my first job, and it was very nice. And then on February 23rd, 2026, I have a second job. And then on March, I voiced Gregory from CMA's Finds and Various Friends, and I made it less than famous. And I met Bello, and I met him. I showed my moves. I was in American Town, and less than famous. On April, I voiced Himalayas Saffron and Himalayas and 2 animation Finds and Freddy's I made in the computer when my computer was not working. So I take screens on the iPad and presses it to Fiverr, and it was completed. And it came out on April 2nd, and that was like a couple weeks ago. And then, yep. And today, guys, I voice a lot of characters, and I'm managing less than famous. And guys, we have a best time for over the years, and I'm just really happy that it's been so long time, and I'm just really happy, and we have the great memories that I enjoyed it relaxing home for a long time, and I'm just feeling really excited that I enjoyed it, spend time with my family for the past year. And I'm gonna tell my story myself in the talk. So I was born May 4th, 2006. In 2008, I was 3 years old. I went to Dominic's with my dad, and I bought a Monster House DVD. And then we looked around, saw flowers, there's other grocery. I saw a chase on the right side, looked at it, it was here. I saw the pictures on my mom's phone, and it was success. And then I went to Dominic's again in 2009 when I was 4 or 3, and I went with my mom. But then I accidentally ran away, and then I went to the cart, and I got a little mom's worried. And I joined Dominic's for 2 days, 2009 when I was 3 and 4 years old with my mom and my dad. And then in 2010, when I was 5, I started Sunnydale and my old teacher, everything, and my old friends, and it was great. And then I finished Sunnydale in 2013. I started my old school Parkland in 2014. And then had birthdays, I behaved, and went to CBIs, and then went to parks and everything. And yeah, we had an amazing time. And I finished Parkland in 2019 when I graduated 2020 in February. And I went to Bar High School the first time in 2020 on October to August. And I started YouTube in 2018 on April to July when I was 11 and 12 years old. And I started my first video was vlogging an iPad port that I don't have to record because I was too little. So I recorded the iPad, and I enjoyed it recording the vlogs and showing my toys and showing how I saw Yaya in the background when she was walking after when she was in a wheelchair in 2026. And Yaya did miss a cameo on my videos in my old video from 2018. And then 2019, when I was 13, I started my 2019 video. I called my friends begin and everything. It was good memories, and we had a good time, and then it was best. And then on 2020, when I was 14, I started June 10th when I made some old Rolex videos. It was SeaWater. I'm not gonna say it. Then I made a lot, and I make new videos. I post. And then I went to Bar High School, and I was 14 when I met Kevin Patrick there with good memories. And then Yep, and then on yep, and then on and then on 2021, I started HumanElias90. When I was 15 years old, I created this at Yaya's old nursing home when she moved away to Celebraty. I created it on my dad's 52nd birthday. And I'm creating my first channel at home, and my peer was Upside Down Animation. Me was my first video. And then I upload a lot of animations for the past, and it was a success. And then in 2022, I met Andy Donovan, my old friends, and Roman, my old friend too, and we joined it. And I make some live animations. I joined it so much. And then, yep, and then on, yep, and then on 2023, I was 17, not adult yet. I started making me as Lee Ablett from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I make my music videos and old ones, and I make animations to my other phones that our team been taking for a long time, and I made so many. And I started voicing in Mad Libs after I used the last before Mad Libs app was removed. And then, yep, and then on 2024, I started voice acting challenge. I started voicing back in 2022, April, January when I was 15. First animation app, film clip, my first animation character, /HumanElias90 was good. And then I started voicing challenge when I was 17 in February 2024. I started voicing Freddy from Fast and Friends. I started voicing Casual Hotel characters and then everything. And then me against the opening Finds Freddy's movie, and it was a success. And then I started enjoying it, chilling, and I relaxed it a lot, and then I having a blast, and I feel great, and I enjoy spend time with everything, and then yep, and I enjoyed vacation with my friend Nathan at Michigan, and yep, it was a good time. And now in 2025, I have a new HumanElias90 channel, and I start voicing Snow White, Goldilocks, the lady from Nutcracker Every characters, and then I voice a lot of characters animation in 2025 to 2026. And then I joined my vacation. I went to South Carolina, met the characters from Pirates, and I enjoyed it, relaxing everything, and I have a spend time everything, and then I feel really good. And then we have a spend quality time, and I feel really happy. And then I enjoyed it, and I eat, and then last have a good time. And then we came home and we joined chilling. And then on 2026, let me finish that. On December 2025, I started voicing the girl with the pink shirt from Endgame Mabels, the anime series from previous kids. I start voicing him, and then on let me start, and then on November 2025, I voiced HumanElias90 He-Man, and I said, I have the power. And then I started voicing HumanElias90 He-Man from He-Man, the Master Universe. And then on October, I was Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. And I did audition for Trick Treating, and then it was good. And then on September, I make live animations, and I created a lot. And then on August, I started making me as 70 for Lazy Town. July, I was making my Just Dance video, and I make them myself. June, I start making me in all the styles I created, and it was great. And then May, I was Pure Pen, and we have a show in June, and I finished up first place. I was having a good time. And on January 2026, when I was still 19, I started making my first animation, my first new challenge for New Year's, January 1st, 2026, on my friend Matt Robinson Gordon's birthday on 1937. And I started making me Emily 3D animation final and me comedy night. It was perfect audio. And then on February 4th, 2026, I started my first job and I joined the school and then we chill and make animation a lot. And February 23rd, started my second job. And then I started relaxing and then I spent quality time and I feel so nice. And then we have a blast. And then, yep, and then on March 2026, I started making light animations and I started voicing Gregory from Find Freddy's Minecraft animations, Private Friends. And I went to Bellows Wickstone's Theater in Dallas at March 30th. I recorded, I met Bello and I danced. I was American Talent, last and famous. And then on lastly, April 2026, I was so 19 again. I make new content, new perfect animation I made. I used Google Enemy to make me styles perfectly. It was perfect. I used it forever. And I started voicing a lot. I used all the apps I made myself because I'm a genius. And in the end, April 26th, I'm the animation, I'm voice actor, and that's where I'm famous. And that is a story of me and Public Malone and my whole family, and the end. So now, guys, so now we're gonna share my screen and we're going to show you something cool. But first, before we get into it, it's 8:32, so we got time just a little bit. And I saw two people on watching, so thank you. Now, I'm gonna check something on the iPad really quick. So basically, I'm just really excited that I enjoyed it, making a lot of stuff, content a lot, and it was kind of sick, and it was kind of great. So basically, I enjoyed it a lot. So I want to show you the voices I made today, so you're gonna like it. I'm just gonna do one clip. That's it. So I'm gonna just find it really quick, and then we'll show you really quick. So give me 1 second. All right. So hold on, let me find it, and let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm working on it. Let me see. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's up there. All right. Okay, and there we go. So let me just show you my voice animation. So here is my one clip.
Let's have this thing repainted.
Hey, you just wanted this repainted. And that is my voice. I voiced the fish number 2 in SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm the animation, let's famous. Alright. Anyways, now I'm going to chill and then I'm going to share my screen. So let's just do that real quick. And before we get into it, it's past my bedtime and I have a long day and then, well, we have a best talk and we have a good spend quality time and it means that I'm so lucky and for me I'm just real happy. So hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just getting something from here. There we go. Now I'm gonna do something here real quick. So I got the perfect solution right here. So doing my job and see what happens. Okay. So before we get into it, let's check something. Give me 1 second. I'm working on it. Hold on. There we go. And oh, here's a perfect gift.
Hello, my name is HumanElias, and I'm going to HumanElias and HumanElias house to have fun juggling.
And then, yep, that was my animation I made. You see, it looks very nice. So go subscribe to him. And yep, and I'll start uploading it tomorrow. I'll upload my animations tomorrow. And thank you to my friend. Shout out to him. I mentioned, so shout out to him. Thank you. All right. Now I'm just going to see if I can try to call him. Hold on. It's gonna be cool. Let me show my camera. So, hang on, guys. I'm doing my job. We're doing something amazing. Just watch. All right, hold on. Let me see. We're still. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it died. Oh well. All right. Let me just add one more thing. All right, guys. So that was all I have. So yep. Now it's done. So that was my last step. I'm gonna turn off thank you from the animation. All right. So, anyways, guys, so just want you guys to let you know, um, we have a long day and it's getting late. So that was the end. But I'm gonna share one more thing before we go to rest, and I'm gonna successfully have fun. All right. So I'm gonna just yep, share my screen. Last thing before we get started. All right. So this is our last step, last thing RP before we end it. All right. Now, let me just add stage. There we go. And let me just make it like that. And then, or how about this? Okay. Now I'm going to show you something cool. So this is my computer that was finally here. Now I'm going to show you my stuff. So here's my wiki page that I made. I made a lot of animations, and I have a lot, and then I'm talented and celebrity voice actor. So go look at it on Google, and then I have my own wiki page. No, that's the wrong one. There. Oh, hold on, I'm getting close. There we go. So, and then here is the cast, and then here's me. This is me. I'm a voice actor in 2026. And now I'm going to go to the characters. And then here's my Snow White I made. And then lastly, here's me. So go check it out on my over at Bowser. And yep, and that was all. All right. And yep, I'm going to stop sharing. And yep, that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm HumanElias90 back to normal, and there I'm happy. All right, that's all. And peace out. And my promise forever, goodbye, kids.